This team is an absolute disgrace. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Hot Stove Media, and here recapping this afternoon's disgraceful performance between the Phillies and the Atlanta Braves as the Phillies lose 5-2 to the Braves as they get swept out of this three-game series out of Truist Park. I mean, what a just absolutely abysmal display of Phillies baseball. And guys, before we get into this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn engage bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So this Phillies team can beat, lousy teams like the Nationals, the Marlins, but they have not been able to prove that they can beat the elite teams like the Mets, like the Braves. I mean, this is just absolutely ridiculous. This offense is just looking like a zombie. Only 4 hits today, 2 runs. We only scored 7 runs in this 3-game series, so we just were totally outmatched. I think we all knew it was going to be a challenging series going in. I don't think any of us denied that. I certainly didn't, but we get swept like this. I mean, I was just hoping to just win 1 game. And I understand that this is the defending World Series champions in the Atlanta Braves, but I mean, you still can muster just 1 win against these guys. One? First of all, you should have won the first game of the series on Friday night, and you didn't. It's because Serenity Dominguez was an absolute choke artist in that one in the bottom of the 8th inning and absolutely blew it for us. Now, granted, we didn't have a huge lead, and of course, it was only a 2-1 lead at that point, but you did not get the job done, and we easily could have won 2 out of 3 here if you just would have done a good job with situational hitting. What is it? Situational hitting. Something that this team is incapable of doing time after time after time, and you see what the position we are in right now, in a very, very tough position with the San Diego Padres right up on us. Playing the lousy Arizona Diamondbacks, which is very, very unfortunate. Of course, the Brewers and Padres do have some tough schedules coming up as well. The Phillies are not alone in that, so that is a very good sign. Hopefully, the Brewers and Padres lose every single game, which I'm rooting for them to do. As we pick up the scoring summary here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Robbie Grossman doubles on a line drive to left field. Michael Harris, the second, crosses the plate, and it's now 1-0 Atlanta. So Bailey Falter allows the only run of his start this afternoon. So Grossman, 17th double of the season. Hey, he did his job. I understand he wasn't able to go to full 5 innings. He went 4 2/3, but he got absolutely no runs support. Of course, he wouldn't have been in line for the win anyway. Of course, he didn't go 5 innings, but still, I mean, he was fine. He did a Bailey Falter type thing, right? I mean, 5 or 6 innings or so, right around there. Of course, he was just 1 out shy of 5 innings. Unfortunately, he was not able to get there. Then we pick it up here in the top of the 6th inning. Alec Bohm homers on a fly ball to center field. Wow, he actually hit the ball over the wall. He's actually slugging a little bit. His 12th home run of the season. Of course, it was a solo shot. I mean, the team of solo home runs. This is all this Phillies team does. Solo home runs. I think we probably lead the league in solo home runs. I've never seen a team be incapable of hitting a home run with a guy on base. So a Bohm, 12 homers on the season off of Spencer Strider, and the Phillies tied at 1. So I'm thinking like, all right, let's go. Hopefully this can fire some guys up, and hopefully Bryce can pull himself out of this rut he's been in. So I was feeling pretty hopeful at this point of the ballgame. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Of course, the Braves have to come right back and retake the lead as William Contreras homers on a fly ball to left field. It's 19th of the season, and it's now 2-1 Braves. So they now retake the lead. Oh my goodness gracious. I mean, this was one of those days where, you'd score and the opponent would come back right in the next half inning and at least get the run right back. This was just so frustrating to watch. I eventually had to turn it off because I just got so frustrated. I'm so tired of losing to this Braves team like this, especially at Truist Park. Especially. As I discussed earlier this afternoon, I'm especially tired of losing to them at Truist Park. So that was off of Connor Brogdon. I mean, it's just like the velo is just like way down. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Robbie Grossman does it again. Of course, he had the RBI double in the bottom of the 3rd, and he gets a hold of 1 as he homers on a fly ball to right field, his 7th of the season, off of Sam Coonrod, and it's now 3-1 Braves. So they have a nice 2-run lead. To be honest with you, I thought we lost after Willie Contreras. I just got the vibes in the air. I thought we had at least had a chance after the Alec Bohm home run, but even though it was just a 1-run game after the Contreras solo shot, I still thought we lost, and just helped prove my point after the Grossman home run. Then we pick it up here in the same inning. Austin Riley, he really didn't do anything in this series other than this. He was pretty quiet as he singles on the line drive to center field. Ronald Acuna Jr. comes around and scores. Of course, we've heard that name quite a bit in this 3-game series. And it's now 4-1 Atlanta. So they now tack on another one. This is just painful to watch. This is just unacceptable. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Marcell Ozuna doubles on a sharp line drive to left field. Michael Harris, the second, crosses the plate, and it's now 5-1 Braves. Of course, that was off of Dave Robertson. I mean, this bullpen wasn't good today. I mean, the pitching staff in general, for the exception of Bailey Falter, going 4 2/3, pretty solid, right? Only allowing 1 run. This bullpen wasn't anything to write home about. I could tell you that. I mean, the offense certainly is the biggest problem right now, but this pitching staff it was not good in this series. It just wasn't. I mean, Aaron Nola had a pretty solid start last night, going 7 innings, allowing 4 earned. But I mean, honestly, it's been pretty disappointing, if you want my opinion. That was as soon as 16th double of the season. Then we pick it up here in the top of the 9th inning when it really didn't even mean anything, but, at least he did it. JT Real Muto homers on a fly ball to right field the other way, his 19th home run of the season. So the BCIB goes the other way. So he needed that one. Hopefully he can get going in the Blue Jays series. He's going to be going back home for the final homestand of the season, so hopefully he can wake up. I mean, he especially does play very well at Citizens Bank Park. And it's now a 5-2 ball game. The Phillies get a little bit closer, but unfortunately not close enough. As that would be your final 5-2 Braves. They sweep out the Phillies. Kyle Schwarber out of the leadoff spot. He hits the points, but he was able to draw 2 walks. So he did a leadoff-esque type of game today, right? You know what I'm saying? He did go hit, was still able to get on base twice. That's all I care about. I don't care how you get on base. I just care that you get on base. I don't care how you do it. A 794 OPS now for Schwarber. And Rhys Hoskins back in the lineup. Of course, he didn't really do anything. Of course, going 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. A 248 average now for Rhys. To go along with a 803 OPS, 28 home runs, 71 RBI, and Bryce Harper. What is going on with this guy? The reigning NL MVP has just been absolutely silent when we've really needed him. We really needed him in this series, and he just wasn't there. And I hate to really beat up on this guy because, as I said, he won the MVP last year. He's an absolute legend, he's had a tough go of it, right? Putting up MVP numbers in the beginning of the season, then breaking his thumb by getting hit by the wonderful Blake Snell. Of course, I'm not even going to get into that. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. And then he comes back. It's been a tough adjustment even for a guy like him, as I mentioned this morning. And he's just really, really struggling. I know that he's mad at himself. Of course, he went 0 for 11 last year in Atlanta in that really crucial series where we got swept that ended our season. I hate to bring that up because I don't want to seem like I'm a Bryce hater. I'm no way a Bryce hater. Of course, I run Harper Fanatics on Instagram. How can I be a Bryce hater? But, I just got to speak the truth. We really needed him this series, and he wasn't there. There's no other way to say it other than just hitting a rope double. That's it. That's all he did. He only scored 1 run. I guess it's better than the 0 for 11 he had last year, but still, not impressive. With Hoskins having the health problems, with Castellanos being out now for, seems like an eternity now. He seems like he's been out for a while. We really need a guy to step up. Harp wasn't there, and it's very unfortunate as he goes down strikes twice this afternoon, and of course goes hitless, a 296 average. As I said, it just was dropping. It was at 320, 315, 310, 305, 300. Now it's 296. So where's it gonna go next? It's just going down and down and down. And it's like the red arrow down every single day. There's nothing changing. A 923 OPS, which is still very good, but he's just really been struggling. Over his last 7 games, 154, 267 OBP, a 346 slugging. Over his last 30 games, 255, 382 with a 382 slugging. That's an OPS just right below 800. So that's like he's giving you like 2019 numbers the last 30 games. It's good but not great. He had a good year in 2019, but it wasn't great. I think everybody knows that. He still had a really good year compared to, of course, the league average. But I'm not going to get into that any further. Alec Boehm, 2 knocks this afternoon, smokes a home run to center, number 12 on the year. He also collects a single as well. A very good afternoon for Alec Boehm. And it's a shame. He seemed like he was one of the only guys who actually wanted to show up today and hit. Brandon Marsh goes hitless out in center. Was able to draw a walk. He also went down strikes once as well. And Gene Segura collects a single. Also goes down strikes twice as well. And Bryson Stott, very good night last night, but not really his afternoon as he goes 0 for 4. And Nick Maton gets to start out and right and goes hitless. JT Muto coming off the bench to pinch hit, smokes a home run out to right field. So you love to see that. It didn't mean anything. Now JT has 78 RBIs, as I said, 19 home runs, an 812 OPS, a 269 average. I don't really care too much about the average, but hopefully he can finish this season with an average above 270. Think about that. And OPS, sitting well above 800. With the 270 plus average, he's going to have over 20 home runs, hopefully. 80 plus RBIs for a catcher. also providing a fairly elite defense. To go alongside it, I'd say that that's a pretty good player. I think that's going to be a good asset for a team. Yeah, I'd say so. And Garrett Stubbs gets to start on plate today and goes hitless, also going down and strikes twice as well. Matt Feeling, who did not start this game, came in to pinch hit. And of course, he had 2 plate appearances and struck out in both of those plate appearances as we struck out 14 times today. I'd believe it. I mean, not only is this team just not hitting, we're just striking out like crazy. I mean, strikeout. It's just we have so many strikeout guys on this team. Of course, we're a power hitting team, and of course that's going to happen. But it's just brutal to watch, man. I mean, it's just unwatchable. This Phillies team has just been unwatchable, the past 4 days. So we're on a 4-game losing streak, and I'm really, really upset that the Padres are up on us again. You know what I mean? Because honestly, I think we're pretty much an equal playing field. There are ebbs and flows, of course, until the game clock says game 162, there's always going to be ups and downs. Always have to remember that, but this is just pretty bad. The Phillies have yet to prove that they could really beat the legit teams. Of course, they did take 3 out of 4 from the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium way back in May. And of course, the Dodgers came to CBP, then the very next weekend we lose 2 out of 3. So Bailey Falter, 4 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run, a run was earned, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts, a 3.68 ERA for Falter. He kept us in the ball game, and he did what he was supposed to do. You got to remember, this guy is primarily a middle reliever. He's not a starter. And you heard in the news today that Noah Syndergaard's going to be in the bullpen. Now granted, I've been very disappointed with Noah Syndergaard. I've been on record saying it. And there's no secret that he's a much different pitcher than he used to be. But in the bullpen, come on. Noah Syndergaard's the kind of guy that the first inning or so he really struggles, then he settles in. So is the bullpen really a good spot for him? I'm not too sure. And I just really wish he still had the electric stuff he had with the Mets. You know what I mean? Just that hype. Every single time you think of Noah Syndergaard, get really excited because of all the hype that he's had around him his whole career. But then you have that thought in your back of your mind, hey, he's not the same pitcher he once was, and it just hurts to think about. You know what I mean? I don't really like him in the bullpen. You know what I mean? I just don't. Andrew Bellotti coming in there in that bottom of the 5th inning, collecting the final out and a strikeout, a 3.31 ERA. For Bellotti, and Connor Brogdon, an inning, 1 hit, 1 run, a run was earned, 2 strikeouts, and allows the go-ahead home run to William Contreras, as Brogdon got smacked with a loss, now 2-1 on the year, and Sam Coonrad continues to be very disappointing, 1 inning, 3 hits, 2 runs also were earned, didn't walk anybody, and struck out 2. He wasn't very good this afternoon. And David Robertson, we haven't seen him in a little while. Of course, we haven't had to because of all these losses, right? 4 in a row. An inning, 2 hits, 1 run. The run was earned. He also collects a strikeout, a 2.45 ERA for Robertson. It's definitely been jumping up quite a bit over the last few weeks, right? I believe he has been overworked, but still, he hasn't been wonderful since joining the Phillies. Over his last 7 appearances, a 4.70 ERA. It just seems like any reliever this Phillies team gets is horrible once they arrive to the Phillies. I wouldn't say David Robertson's been horrible, but he hasn't been great. You know what I mean? They always regress. I think regress is the better word. They always regress when they come to Philadelphia. It's a trend. It's an absolute trend. You saw it in 2020. Brandon Workman, Heath Hembree, David Phelps. It's just a mess. Last year, Ian Kennedy. It's so annoying. Every single reliever we get just regresses tremendously when they arrive in Philadelphia. And I don't think it's a coincidence because it just happened so much. 6:45, the first pitch, Tuesday night at CBP, the final homestand of the regular season. Ross Stripling, 8-4 with a 2.94 ERA, going against Kyle Gibson, 10-6 with a 4.45 ERA. Second game, Wednesday, 6:45. Osmond on the mound for Toronto, 12-10 with a 3.45 ERA, going against Zach Wheeler, 11-7 with a 3.07 ERA. Let's not forget the Toronto Blue Jays, 83-64 record, which is obviously better than us. And also, they dominate every single time. I would love to just kick their butts and sweep them out, but that's not going to happen. Of course, Zach Wheeler finally returning, which is just great news. If you want to watch this video, please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on that notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section at Phillies Hatsu Media, Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at Piatsu Media. Card text 267-225-3292. Email me, PhilliesHatsuMedia@gmail.com. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I am Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go Phillies.